welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Rise of Nations. It's been a while, but we always come back to this game. It's always in the back of our minds, isn't it? Hey, we haven't cast Rise of Nations in a while, have we?
We should probably give that a shot. Rise of Nations sounds like fun.
It is, it is. It's a really, it's a great game. We love it. And our players for today, I would certainly hope that they love it as well, and they're not playing held at gunpoint, or being, pressured in by.
That's how the Generals Table get replays nowadays. We hold people at gunpoint and tell them to play Rise of Nations.
It's like I insist you play a China Mirror. Anyway, so it's gonna. Oh God.
No, you introduce the other guy. I'm ready for this.
Okay, so the Dutch man is gonna be Choi.
Nice.
And as for the Japanese dude, this is all you, man. This is all you.
Kaerunohito. Kaerunohito as the Japanese.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So that at least is thematic. It kind of fits the name of it. And so Dutch, using the armed caravans, it's extra scouting units. They don't have a lot of sight range like your scout does. Same with the villagers. They're not as efficient at scouting because of the vision, but still, it is extra scouting. So having that early can help the Dutch get a bit of those extra, the ruins. Other than that, his opponent, Japanese man, going for a pretty fast city. Not a surprise at all. I wonder where Dutch's fast city. He went commerce first.
You get free commerce. Yeah, you get the free commerce.
So
he went for the standard science though as well. So for the extra income from the rune.
You always start science first. Then city's just a little bit slower though. But either way, not a huge deal. And yeah, this map is I can't remember what it's called. It's something Mesa. It's actually really weird because you have so much metal. All of these cliffs, these are all metal. And that probably benefits the Japanese more because then they can really spam out the heavy infantry, which is the specialist units for Japanese, and they get bonuses to their infantry. So not quite as impactful as what it would be if they were Inca, for example. But yeah, this map, it also has a lot of natural choke points. They're still not particularly small, so you still can, surround an army in them. But it's not a map that you see all the time.
Looks fun, actually. A nice flank locations, and that brings another bit of depth into Rise of Nations. It also kind of, I guess, especially for if you start your capital where your base begins, it's kind of a natural choke point to funnel any attacking armies into, I suppose. Like you only kind of siege from one direction, so it makes it easier to defend those locations if you build your city strategically.
Wow, that is really unfair. Look at that.
Yeah.
There's only one.
It's bigger than the other two.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
it is.
Smaller gaps. So I don't know which one I prefer. Probably the big gap still, I'm guessing, but I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But it is weird.
It's actually a randomly generated the maps. The map is a template more than it is. Oh, and there as well. So it's actually opened in like 3 different spots. Yeah. But either way, not to worry too much. So we should see the Japanese man get those farms out a bit quicker as they are cheaper for the Japanese. And it looks like we actually have that's the city being built by what, Japanese man?
Yeah, and if
he's
still right with it as well, just.
You shouldn't be able to finish it though.
No, he won't now.
The ranged cavalry can snipe those villages down very fast. He's actually attacking the building though, but you're not really sure why he isn't just going for the building.
Well, I'm not sure either.
So going for the villager.
Going for more damage, I suppose. What's he throwing down there? Barracks. Okay, right. So he wants to destroy the city early on. Barracks units obviously get a fair bit of damage down, especially without any temples on those cities. So it's possible if you keep the DPS going down, this could definitely work. This is a much better idea. Using the citizens to force off the villagers while the DPS continues from the armed caravan.
These are armed that's why the damage is terrible. Sorry, I just thought that
you thought that was actually a ranged cavalry. Yeah, no.
Well, I just saw a cavalry with a bow, and it's a safe assumption that it would perhaps be a ranged cavalry. But it makes sense though, because it means that it's actually that ruin is very close. The villager will pick it up. It means that the city can get stolen. So even if it completes, is it really a big deal because it's going to be so close to the barracks there?
Will it force the barracks outside of territory though? Could that be a problem?
I don't think it matters because there's no attrition damage.
No, but can you build from the barracks if it's outside of territory?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Yeah, cancels
it.
So a pretty big setback actually, because even meanwhile, the villagers that weren't mining and Japanese man was investing a lot into trying to get that third city down. He just couldn't quite get it.
You mean Kaerunohito?
I'm calling him Japanese man. I'm not calling him.
That's fair enough. Is it the Dawn of War 2 player that I'm terrible that I never give a shot at pronouncing his name? No, it's a Company of Heroes player.
Angreichen.
Yeah, Angreichen.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a swap, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
normally it's like a crazy German name that you can't pronounce, and now it's
Crazy Japanese name that you can't.
Yeah.
I'm liking this. This is working. We've got a good system going. And you're right, Machine. It was a pretty big investment. Going for that city, as you were saying, it's not only about the citizens' mining time. Cities aren't cheap to throw down, especially early on. That's a lot of resources you're throwing into it.
110 each.
Oh yeah.
Fuel and food and wood,
as well.
the lumber, timber, whatever the hell it's called in this game. Timber it is. And as a result now, that puts Choi, the Dutch, in a very strong position. Already got his third city down. He's on the classical age, so he's building a university, building a forward stable.
One ahead on both military and science research.
Yeah, he's actually looking very strong. Ooh.
Hard to deal with. Scout's still moving strong as well. Want to keep that scouting going for the ruins.
Gets the 75 rather than the 50 because he had the science level 2. So how does Japanese man come back from this? Actually going for the Republic. So that's very important as a defensive unit because it will give him not only the extra commerce cap without having to go for the commerce library research, but also it gives him the healing and gives him the bribe. So that's an excellent choice in this situation.
And when you're getting the additional income as Japanese from those farms as well, it's much easier to run into commerce cap problems on food.
If we compare it now, it's 90 for Choi on 3 cities, 118 for Otsu on 2. That's only with 2 farms on this forward city. So actually, as you say, yeah, the Japanese really benefiting from that senator. There is a horse archer here, and there isn't even a barracks or a stable, so you're just going to be relying on the senator for now.
That's all right. The
oh, there's a third city.
bribe. Just chasing the horse archer off.
Yeah, the horse archer is faster though, and he's going to be going for the villages now. Actually, woodcutter's camp. I thought that was a tower for a moment there.
A little bit more harassment. Horde charge straight into a bit of heavy cavalry is a really nice transition here from Choi. Obviously, you want light cavalry out. Is that right? Light cavalry is the word I was looking for to counter the horse archers. So,
yeah,
because
light cavalry.
Light cavalry it was. Yeah.
Horse archers. That's right. Going for the spice merchant. We'll take that one down. So that's a pretty big blow. Knowledge of the food and the caravan income. Now the hoplite, I'm going to be forcing some of the villagers to garrison the city, delaying the food income. So very aggressive play here by Choi, and he's continuing to capitalize on his early lead, which is very important to see. These hoplites will get forced away, but for now, you know, they are getting some harassment damage done.
Yeah, he followed up with a temple and his own senate as well. I'm not sure if he's thrown down.
So that's a barracks being built
yeah.
by Otsu, as there is a cataphract here. No attrition damage either, so the hoplite should be able to limp all the way back to his base, garrison a structure, and heal up. And desk position it is for Choi, so it's going to allow him to be aggressive with the cheaper infantry production, as well as having the supply. So even if attrition does come online, which it probably will soon, he still can continue to be aggressive. And finally now building a university, so we can see, you know, really falling behind. Even then, Choi hasn't been investing a lot of knowledge. That's kind of standard though. When you see these high level, I guess this is high level for us at least it is. These high level games, you just don't see players over investing in the scholars because it's expensive and
it's wealth heavy.
Wealth is the most important resource when you ding classical because it's your horse archers, it's your knights. There's a lot of upgrades that rely on that. Also, then of course your government. So there's a lot of other investments that are more important and will have more impact. Is that a bribe? Oh, he bribed the horse archer.
Oh, good play. Excellent, yeah. Kaerunohito just kept chasing. The senator managed to get the bribe. That's actually really important.
Yeah.
Every unit in the bank here is huge.
It is, and it's also preventing damage done. So do try and keep an eye on the mini-map because, You know, it's not easy to notice these things. In the
Yeah, no,
minimap.
it's kind of hard because the blue dot was hidden inside all of the red dots.
Yeah, yeah.
I am doing my absolute best with them, and all I'm seeing is scouts.
Minimap man.
I am minimap man. It is.
If ever
it
you
is
are
my calling in life.
going to be a superhero, that should be it. Anyway, so other than that, let's have a look. Let's break down the economies. Let's compare them for a little bit here. What stands out to you, Blake?
Right. Well.
So that's Japanese, man.
I missed the comparison.
Yeah.
Okay, 150. Ooh, food, man. Food stands out a little bit. How are we going for knowledge as well? That's going to be important. And really down on wealth, almost half the wealth income.
Yeah.
Pretty similar knowledge income though. I'm pretty sure the spice was recaptured inside the base of Kaerunohito. He managed to get the additional knowledge income. Yeah, really important to get that.
So this senator is being really aggressive here. I think he's A, scouting, and B, just trying to capture something, trying to bribe something. He won't really have much success, though. Yeah, I don't really know what he's doing. Anyway.
With the armed merchants, it's much harder to harass as well.
Okay, that's the ambush. There's going to be actually a fair bit of
This could be a dead
hoplites.
senator here.
But not only the hoplites, there's also some archers and some cataphracts, too.
Just trying to cut him off, I think.
Not really
Stomping
much
in.
of an established
Oh,
army.
the temple's gone down as well. That's going to make it a harder siege, especially with no siege units here. Could buy Kaerunohito some time.
So that's the medieval age. So we could start seeing the pikeman upgrade will be a huge boost to all these hoplites. Going for the city, there is a squad of archers inside of there, so we'll have the full ranged firepower. Going to be bribe... No, he's not bribing. He was just sitting there chilling. Horse archer's going to have a bit of damage to him, so he's going to have to retreat. I don't see any way of Japanese man holding this one. Calling in the villagers. Doesn't have a tower, so it actually has a tower.
He does have a tower, so he could. He's
Oh,
researching militia
nice.
now. That's yeah. He doesn't have another option. It's going to cost him a lot of villagers, but
The senator barely
lot of
survives.
citizens,
Okay,
yeah.
actually popping them gets one of the knights. Oh no, that's also the spearman too. Can you say that word for me, please?
Ashigaru. Ashigaru.
Yeah.
Ashigaru spearman.
Okay, so now there's actually a pop, and there's a lot of militia. There's some archers from the city, I believe. Oh, bowmen from the barracks. So actually doing some pretty good work here, as we do see Choi's deciding to leave the fortified city and try and go for the main base instead, which is much less defended.
Yeah, worthwhile when he's only got infantry. It's much harder when the temple's online in one and not online in the other.
Is building his siege factory now though, so he will be able to have some trebuchets for the next engagement. Does get the merchant, so merchant sniping very, very important in these high-level games. The third city is going strong here as well for Mr. Japanese man.
Even just delaying mining and even sniping a university, for example, could be a huge blow.
Probably would take far too long to snipe a structure.
I know the upgrade's gone down. I mean, university doesn't have that much health. I mean, relative to...
Yeah, it does. 16, 20.
We just saw the upgrade as well, though. Like,
Whatever.
we
Anyway,
just saw medieval age, but yeah, you're right. You are right. I'll roll with it.
still level 1 science. Level 3 science now for Choi, so... That's actually, I think, it though? Yeah, that's it. Apart from the science, the library research is the same. So we see Choi considering retreating. I think this is smart. His army's quite low. He won't really achieve much. He can't destroy the city, but he's done some damage. But at the same time, looks like there's a counter attack coming out of Mr. Japanese man. Catching the army out of position. It's all the way in the back there. Using the forced march to try and get back to the action sooner.
Elite Bushi out, though. It's going to be Noise.
Remember, the Japanese heavy infantry, they do have extra damage versus structures, but that is a large city, and is there a temple? I don't think there's a temple, though. So, but still, 2,500 health, so it's going to be pretty durable. More crossbowmen are spawning out. And at the same time, going for, it would seem, a base trade, but these crossbowmen are getting hacked apart. So this could be quite interesting, actually. Let's see how this goes. Oh no! Ooh, so now Choi's actually being a little bit indecisive.
And that can be a problem when it takes a while to rotate your units.
Yeah, it looks like Choi should be able to hold the city, but at the same time, it means there's 5 farms and a woodcutter's camp not mining in the meantime. 2 barracks, in fact, so gonna have a bit more production. Sniping down some workers. So this is a very aggressive game across the board. We have a lot of wealth here for Choi. And look at that,
No
plus
wealth
20.
income. Plus 20 wealth income. That's crazy.
So this exchange is, I would say it's definitely benefiting Choi. Even the medal, look at the medal. 172, zero.
Zero income at the moment through that aggression.
And that means that Japanese man can't actually build any more of his heavy infantry. All he can build is the Javelineers. Doesn't even have any wealth for crossbowmen, so he's really stuck in this slinger tech path, I guess. But even then, doesn't even have the Javelineer upgrade. So he's at least healing, pulling militia. That's kind of the problem here. His army is deceptively large because it's okay, but it's because half of it's militia, which is villages that aren't mining. So looks like this harassment. That's the thing with Rise of Nations is harassment doesn't kill things, but it prevents things from happening. Whereas if you compare that to other games, you're like, oh, nice harassment. He killed both of those trucks. He killed 7 drones. In Rise of Nations, it's just about delaying the mining and the harvesting, but also then tying up your opponent's attention and APM and preventing them from being able to manage their economy and their production efficiently.
It's a timeout on the militia now as well. And these hit and run tactics are definitely working for Choi. He's rolling all over the Japanese man, as we so refer to him as at the moment. Really solid micro, I think, here from Choi, and just decision making, I suppose you could say.
And he's building light horse, and light horse is just not very good against that many pikemen. But again,
when you have
what choices
20
he have?
wealth income and 50 metal, it's not the best.
It's more than it was before. It was
Yeah.
0. So that's the interesting part about Rise of Nations is harassing different parts of your opponent's base can gear them towards an undesirable unit mix, and then you can read that and counter it accordingly. Bear in mind the light horses don't technically counter the crossbowmen. They have extra damage versus the Javelineers and the range cavalry. The archers, the crossbowmen, not so much. So this really is a better position to be in for Choi, and he's going to have so much metal and wealth. He can just spam out as many knights as he would like.
Really beautiful play. I'm loving it, my friend. I'm loving this little bit of Rise of Nations. Yeah, Choi playing really well. Taking now, he is going up to gunpowder.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's on his way. Still having the upgrade lead, of course. Up 1 on military and up 2 on science as well.
This is the story with Rise of the Nations. It's a game that's very momentum based. Is if you do make a small lead in the early game, it's hard to recover from that because a small economy gap will increase to a moderate size and then a larger size gap. So you're really got to be careful with those first few engagements, those first few decisions. And I mean, the third city could have paid off, but was perhaps a little bit greedy there as Japanese, not really playing to the strength of Japanese. They have the really cheap farms, so it doesn't seem like you need the 3 cities, especially because you will hit commerce caps so quickly as Japanese, for the food at least. So maybe it would have made more sense just going on a more consolidated 2-city
Two-city barracks heavy strat normally works pretty well, so...
Still, I don't know how it happened, but for some reason we have a counterattack. What? Where did all the units go?
No, he did lose a few attacking, so, and he kind of retreated. He also retreated a few back inside of the barracks, which he's starting to pop up now.
I don't think that castle was finished. It means you don't get the refund on it. And the problem here, though, for Choi is there isn't a lot of production. Oh, actually, no, he has a second barracks. So there is 2 barracks. I don't think barracks is actually a word, is it?
A barracks eye, also not a word, as it turns out.
Barracks eye.
So we'll go with 2 barracks.
Dinging the bell, so he's going to be spawning the heavy knights.
Okay.
So it's going to be heavy knights versus light horses. Wow. Still, he has the elite bushi.
He does.
They're pretty good, but getting low on
They're
health.
ideal, but they are, as you said, low on health.
The senator does heal, but only in friendly territory. I think maybe neutral as well, but certainly not enemy territory. And arquebuses.
I mean, this has just got to work. I mean, just take down some of the production structures and buy time to spam all the citizens you possibly can and try and get the production back up and going. The infrastructure is definitely still there for Kaerunohito, but he doesn't have the units and he doesn't have the upgrades. The infrastructure is there.
He does actually have the food and the timber income. It's not bad. It's mainly just the the wealth, the knowledge. Well, not even the knowledge.
Knowledge is okay.
It's
yeah.
mainly just the wealth and the metal that's falling behind, but then also upgrades. So this game perhaps isn't quite as over as it looks. Going to be sieging up the university. That's pretty annoying. May want to have to rebuild the university in his main. Oh, he has one there, but we'll have to transfer the scholars across, or maybe just build it back on the other side.
Caravan's back up and running, which does mean increased wealth income. It's actually identical at the moment for our...
No, it's not.
What?
No, it's not.
Oh no, it's not. I thought you were switching over, but it was a trick of the mouse. But no, it's not equal. I was gonna say that's pretty impressive if it's equal now, but we do see Choi still ahead by about plus 50, and he is capped on the wealth as well at the moment.
So look at the knowledge go down as soon as the university is destroyed. 103. Wait for it, Blakey. You
I think
ready?
there's only one scholar there, or...
And
Oh, it was full of
44.
scholars.
Yeah, it was
Get them
full.
out of there. Okay.
Remember, there was none in
There's
his
only-
main base.
Okay, right, that was why.
And there's this university. Oh, actually, he's harassing the other base, it would seem. Still no attrition, despite being a tower, so may want to invest in that. Anyway, so now that's going to be opening up the second base, Otsu. Let's see if he goes for the church first. It's actually forward. It's kind of strange. I don't know why he's building his temple and his university forward, facing the enemy. It doesn't really make much sense.
Very vulnerable to being sieged. Especially the temple. You want to have that behind the city, if possible.
Yeah. Well, the scholars are back in a university.
Producing the juicy income. Just losing the temple isn't a big blow. That's only plus 10. Keeping the scholars alive is the main thing. Plus 10 each.
So now the food and timber are back in the favor of Choi, and we'll be harassing
solid.
down more merchants. So
Always
it's been
harassing the merchants.
a very well played game, constantly through Choi. He hasn't been neglecting his harassment. He hasn't been neglecting his advances in library research, in teching and upgrades. So he's doing pretty well. Maybe you should get the tactics. Does give you the extra armor bonus for your general or your governors. So that helps. Just give you that extra edge in combat. And now he's already got the dragoons. Just needs some zealots now, and then he'll be having a good time.
Haha. StarCraft 2 joke, or?
StarCraft 2?
I shook my
me?
head in shame. What are you talking
Excuse
about?
me?
We don't
StarCraft
commentate
1.
that game.
There's stalkers in StarCraft 2, Scrublord.
Oh, right. I thought you said something about zealots, or...
Yeah.
What do you... Oh, right,
See,
okay,
this is how much of a filthy
Oh,
casual
okay,
Blake is.
right.
I try and make a StarCraft Brood War reference.
I wasn't paying
He doesn't
attention.
even-
I was watching the map.
I don't think you even played StarCraft 1.
I didn't play StarCraft Brood War.
Yeah, see, that's your
that
problem.
was the standard RTS game that everyone seemed to have played, and I was just stuck playing Age of Empires Gold Edition for some reason. No one told me I was supposed to be playing Brood Wars. My mistake.
If only you played StarCraft as a kid, you would be amazing in RTS.
Yeah.
And
So was that a shot?
yeah, it was.
I tell you what else a shot is. I was hoping you back me up here.
No.
What else is a shot? Attrition is a shot at the health bars of Choi's Force. I set that transition up for you, machine. It was a nice, easy one.
Yeah, I think Choi is definitely going to be closing this game out soon. He's harassing 2 bases at once while sieging the 3rd. So he is not messing around. He wants to end this game.
Oh, smart.
Now there's going to be the engagement here. So there's actually gunpowder age units across the board, but there's a lot of knights here. Doesn't look like there's really that many pikemen either. At least not enough to be a problem for these knights. Going for the barracks is 2. The barracks.
A few samurai there, but no elite bush from the looks of things, which is what you want against those knights, and there's just not enough of them here. Just again, the thing with engagements is all about unit composition. If you don't have the right composition, you're going to get absolutely slaughtered, which is what we're
GG.
seeing here. GG indeed.
Yeah, well, nice game. I think it was well played from Japanese man at still giving it a good shot, and he looked like he had a chance there for a while, but losing that 3rd city, it put him back so far behind, and he just couldn't recover from that. But hey, well played, and I hope you enjoyed the Rise of Nations cast.
We enjoy our forays into this game. We hope you do too. It's been a pleasure having you with us.
We do indeed, and if you want to see us posting more Rise of Nations content, you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Generals Gentlemen, so we can, have a bit more time and freedom to just be more active on the channel.
And to hold guns to people's heads to play Rise of Nations
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
So,
We'll-
I mean, obviously we have to drive around, find a house, install Rise of Nations on someone's PC, it's a lengthy process in terms of time. So
Yeah.
your support helps us out there.
Bullets aren't cheap. Guns aren't cheap. We're not in
No, they're
America.
not. Exactly. No, they're quite difficult to get in Australia. It's tough for us. Feel our pain. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen.